Most people think buying a supercar is the ultimate success. They walk into a dealership, sign a huge check, and drive away in a brand new Ferrari or a Lamborghini. It feels like a dream. But what most people don't realize is that the moment that car leaves the showroom, it already starts losing value. In many cases, it can lose tens of thousands of dollars in just a short time. This is called depreciation, and it is one of the biggest hidden costs of owning luxury cars. Because of this, some people start to think differently. Instead of buying new supercars, they wait. They wait for something bad to happen. They wait for crashes, accidents, or insurance write-offs. When a supercar gets damaged, most owners give it up to insurance companies. These companies don't want to fix expensive cars. They just want to sell them quickly at auction. This is where a very different type of buyer steps in. This is the world that Matt Armstrong works in. Instead of buying clean, new cars, he buys crashed supercars. These cars often look destroyed. Some have broken fronts, missing doors, or damaged frames. To most people, they look like junk. But Matt sees something else. He sees an opportunity hidden under fear and damage. The main idea behind this strategy is simple. Fear lowers prices. When people see a crashed Lamborghini, they think it is too risky or too expensive to fix. So they avoid it. But because of that fear, the price drops very low at auctions. A car that once cost $200,000 might sell for $60,000 or $70,000 after a crash. That is where the opportunity begins. Matt Armstrong builds his entire approach around this idea. He looks at damaged supercars and asks a simple question: is this really as bad as it looks? Often the answer is no. Many of the problems are cosmetic, like broken bumpers, headlights, or panels. These parts can be replaced. The real skill is knowing when a car is fixable and when it is a trap, but this strategy is not as easy as it sounds. It is not just about buying cheap cars. It is about understanding repair costs, parts availability, and hidden damage. Some problems are not visible at first. For example, electrical damage or bent frames can turn a good deal into a very expensive mistake. One wrong decision can cost thousands of dollars. Even with these risks, Matt Armstrong continues because the rewards can be very high. Let's say a Lamborghini originally costs $250,000. After a crash, it might drop to $65,000. Repairs might cost around $40,000. In the end, the total investment is much lower than buying a new one. If the car is fully restored and sells for a high value again, the profit can be significant. However, money from the car itself is only part of the story. Matt Armstrong also makes money in another powerful way: content creation. Every repair, every problem, and every success is recorded and shared on YouTube. Millions of people watch the process. This turns each car into a source of entertainment as well as income. This creates a unique business model. The car itself becomes one stream of profit. The YouTube videos become another. And finally, the reputation built from successful builds brings even more opportunities. In simple terms, each project is not just about fixing a car. It is about building a full income system around it. Another reason this strategy works is because of how insurance companies operate. When a luxury car crashes, fixing it is often too slow and too expensive for insurance companies. It is easier for them to declare the car a total loss and sell it at auction. This creates a gap between the real repair value and the auction price. That gap is where profit is made, but this world is not safe or predictable. There are serious risks involved. Sometimes damage is much worse than expected. A car may look slightly damaged on the outside, but inside it could have major structural or electrical issues. These hidden problems can destroy the budget of a project very quickly. There is also the risk of running out of money during a rebuild. Once a car is purchased, there is no going back. If repairs become too expensive, the owner is stuck with a half-finished supercar that is worth less than expected. This is why experience and knowledge are very important in this field. Over time, Matt Armstrong has developed strong skills in judging these risks. He can often look at auction images and understand whether a car is worth buying or not. He also knows where to source parts, how to manage repair costs, and how to avoid the most expensive mistakes. This knowledge is more valuable than any single car. Even after repair, many people are surprised to learn that rebuilt supercars still have strong demand. A car that was once heavily damaged can still be attractive if it is repaired properly. Many buyers are happy to own a supercar at a lower price, even if it has a repair history. For them, the badge and experience matter more than the past damage. This is why the market for rebuilt supercars continues to exist. There are always people who want luxury cars but cannot afford brand new ones. A rebuilt Ferrari or Lamborghini can offer the same driving experience at a lower cost. As long as the car is safe and well repaired, many buyers are interested. One of the most interesting parts of Matt Armstrong's work is how content changes the value of each project. A repair that might seem simple becomes a full story online. People watch the car get destroyed, rebuilt, and brought back to life. This emotional journey keeps viewers engaged and builds trust in the final result. For example, when Matt worked on a damaged McLaren 720S, the project became much bigger than expected. At first, it looked like a simple front-end repair. But later, he discovered deeper frame damage. This changed the entire project. Instead of a quick fix, it became a long rebuild that required specialist help. Instead of giving up, he continued the project. He documented every step. This created multiple episodes of content that millions of people watched. In the end, not only was the car repaired, but it also sold for more money than expected. The content added extra value to the entire process. This shows an important lesson. In today's world, value is not only in the product itself. Value is also in the story. People are not just interested in cars. They are interested in journeys, challenges, and transformations. A damaged supercar becomes more interesting than a perfect one because it has a story. Because of this, Matt Armstrong is not just a car builder. He is also a storyteller. His work combines engineering, risk-taking, and entertainment. Each project becomes a mix of business and storytelling at the same time. As more people enter the space, competition has increased. Salvage auctions are more crowded now. Prices are higher than before. But even with this competition, opportunities still exist. The key difference is skill. Beginners see risk. Experts see potential. In the end, this strategy is not really about cars. It is about mindset. It is about looking at problems differently. Where most people see loss, others see opportunity. Where most people avoid risk, others calculate it carefully. This difference in thinking is what creates success. Matt Armstrong's approach shows that big opportunities are often hidden in places others ignore. Crash supercars are just one example. The same idea can apply to many areas of life and business. Fear pushes prices down. Knowledge brings value back up. The real lesson is simple. Success does not always come from playing it safe. Sometimes it comes from being willing to look at broken things and seeing what others cannot see. The world of crash supercars is not just about buying and fixing cars. It is also about timing, patience, and making smart decisions under pressure. Every deal at an auction is different. Some cars look like great opportunities at first, but later turn into expensive problems. Others look too damaged to touch, but end up being the best deals. This uncertainty is what makes the strategy both exciting and risky at the same time. One of the biggest skills in this field is learning how to read damage correctly. A beginner might see a smashed front end and assume the car is finished. But an experienced buyer looks deeper. They check if the engine is still healthy, if the chassis is straight, and if the main structure is safe. These hidden details decide whether a car is worth saving or not. This is why experience matters more than luck. Another important part of this strategy is sourcing parts. Supercar parts are not cheap or easy to find. A single headlight for a Lamborghini or McLaren can cost thousands of dollars. Some parts need to be ordered directly from manufacturers, while others must be found in secondary markets. Knowing where to find parts at the right price can make the difference between profit and loss. Time is also a major factor. Rebuilding a supercar is not quick work. It can take weeks or even months depending on the damage. During this time, money is tied up in the project. There is no instant return. This requires patience and careful planning. Many people fail in this business because they rush or underestimate how long repairs will take. Despite all these challenges, the appeal of this strategy continues to grow. Part of the reason is social media. Platforms like YouTube have changed everything. In the past, a rebuilt car would simply be sold and forgotten. Now, every step of the rebuild can be turned into content. People enjoy watching progress, problems, and solutions in real time. This turns a private repair job into a public journey. Matt Armstrong is one of the best examples of this modern approach. His channel does not just show finished cars. It shows the entire process, including mistakes and unexpected problems. This honesty makes his content more engaging. Viewers feel like they're part of the journey instead of just watching the final result. This connection with the audience creates something powerful. It builds trust. When viewers see every step of the rebuild, they believe in the final product more. This is why rebuilt cars shown online often sell for better prices than similar cars without a story. The story adds emotional value, not just mechanical value. There is also a psychological side to this strategy. Most people avoid risk. They prefer safe and predictable choices. But in markets, safety often comes with lower returns. On the other hand, risk creates opportunity. When fear is high, prices drop. When knowledge is strong, opportunities increase. This imbalance is what skilled buyers take advantage of. However, it is important to understand that this is not a guaranteed way to make money. Every project carries risk. Some cars can surprise you in bad ways. Hidden damage can appear after purchase. Costs can rise quickly. Even experienced builders sometimes lose money on certain deals. That is part of the reality. What separates successful people from unsuccessful ones is not avoiding mistakes, but managing them. Experienced builders plan for problems. They keep extra budget for unexpected repairs. They also choose projects carefully instead of chasing every deal. This discipline helps them survive in a risky environment. Another interesting part of this world is how perception affects value. A crashed car looks worthless to most people. But in reality, the value is not gone, it is just hidden. Once repaired properly, the car can return close to its original condition. The difference is that most people cannot see past the damage, while skilled buyers can. This idea applies far beyond cars. In many areas of life and business, value is often hidden under problems. A struggling business, a damaged product, or even a failed idea might still have strong potential. The key is understanding what can be fixed and what cannot. Matt Armstrong's strategy shows this clearly. He does not focus on perfection. He focuses on potential. Instead of asking, "Is this car perfect?" he asks, "Can this be fixed at a cost that makes sense?" This small shift in thinking creates a completely different approach to opportunity. Over time, this mindset builds experience. Each project teaches something new. One car might teach about wiring issues. Another might reveal hidden frame damage. Another might show the importance of sourcing parts early. These lessons build up and make future decisions smarter and faster. As more people enter the salvage supercar market, competition continues to grow. Prices at auctions are rising because more buyers understand the opportunity. This means the easy wins are becoming less common. However, the strategy itself is not disappearing. It is evolving. Today, success in this field requires more than just buying skills. It requires branding, content creation, and audience building. The car is no longer just a product, it is part of a larger system. The rebuild becomes content, the content becomes income, and the income supports future projects. This creates a cycle. Each project funds the next one. Each video builds the audience. Each audience brings more opportunities. In this way, the business becomes self-supporting over time. But it still depends on smart decision-making and careful risk management. At the center of all of this is one simple idea. Information creates advantage. The more you understand about damage, repairs, and market value, the better your decisions become. Fear loses power when knowledge increases. And where fear disappears, opportunity begins to appear. This is why Matt Armstrong's strategy is so powerful. It is not just about buying crashed cars. It is about seeing value where others see loss. It is about turning fear into opportunity and problems into profit. And most importantly, it shows that success often belongs to those who are willing to look closer when others look away. In this world of crashed supercars, consistency is what separates long-term success from short-term luck. Anyone can buy one damaged car and get lucky with profits. But doing it again and again is much harder. Each new project comes with new problems, different types of damage, and unpredictable repair costs. This is why experience becomes more important over time than initial capital, or even tools. One key lesson in this strategy is that not every deal is worth taking. At first, many beginners think that a low price automatically means a good opportunity. But experienced builders know that the cheapest cars are often the most dangerous. Some are cheap because the damage is hidden or too expensive to fix. Others are simply too complex for the budget. Learning to walk away from bad deals is just as important as finding good ones. Another important factor is emotional control. Auctions can be fast and competitive. It is easy to get excited when a rare supercar appears at a low price. But emotional decisions often lead to mistakes. Successful buyers stay calm. They calculate repair costs, check risks, and set strict limits before bidding. If the price goes too high, they step back without hesitation. This discipline is what keeps the strategy sustainable. Without it, even experienced people can lose money. The market does not reward excitement. It rewards accuracy. Every number matters. Purchase price, repair cost, parts availability, and final resale value. If even one of these is wrong, the entire project can fail. Over time, people in this space also develop strong networks. These include mechanics, body shops, parts suppliers, and transport services. Having the right connections can save both time and money. For example, a trusted mechanic might identify hidden damage early, or a supplier might provide rare parts faster than usual. These relationships quietly increase success rates. Another interesting part of this industry is how storytelling changes perception. A damaged supercar is just a broken machine at first. But once the repair journey is documented, it becomes something much more powerful. It becomes a story of transformation. People are naturally drawn to stories where something broken is rebuilt into something valuable again. This is why content creation plays such a big role in modern salvage car rebuilding. It is no longer just about fixing vehicles in silence. It is about showing the entire